think.
Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I got it. So, payday meeting. Friday, February 28th. Start off with administrative.
That's all right. First of all, the sales tax, I set it on the desk for you guys to see. Any questions about that? None? Okay, the next we have Elcon Properties in the amount of $1,500.
I move that we pay that bill, $1,500.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Next is Western Associates in the amount of $471.
Make a motion to approve the Western Associates at $471.
So moved.
Kent moved, I'll second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those abstaining?
Abstain.
Okay. Then there's Elcon Services in the amount of $4,100.08.
Make the motion that we pay both invoices for $4,000.
That was for work in the building here.
Yes, one was in the boiler room.
I'm looking at them first myself.
Yeah, the other one is the project
Right, I knew that.
at 1240.
Project. The other one was from right in here.
Yes, correct. Had to run some new circuits for the treasurer's office, because this side of the building was.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve.
Got it.
Well-
Okay,
I'll second it.
we'll
Okay,
let
so-
Kent have the motion.
Okay.
Dave second. Any discussion?
The second invoice for the fiber bridge at 1240 commercial, what's that all about? I mean, we did that. Is that something that we missed when they,
We haven't voted on that one yet.
oh, I thought this
Oh,
was.
yeah,
Yeah, you did. So what that project is, it is a project that was previously approved to connect the EMS station with 1240 commercial by fiber bridge so that they can share internet. So that'll be, they'll be connected.
That canceled there.
And then we'll be able, once it's Lloyd still has some work to do on that project. Once that's done, then we can do away with the internet at the Marion station.
Okay, I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's a motion, second. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. 4 with 1 abstention.
Okay, so then we have the total payday number. It's $1,614,300.09.
Any discussion before it?
Yeah. Page 18. I mean, it's not something new, but we get these large rebuild, engine rebuilds, transmission, whatever they are, road and bridge. Is there any way that we could get just a short commentary or something out of road and bridge? You know, this was on unit so-and-so. It comes with a certain kind of warranty and it's gonna extend the life of this, because I don't know if we're putting 23,000 into something that's gonna die at 2 years from now, or, you know, it's gonna work for us for the next 5 years. You know, we see these more than occasionally. And I think we need to know, you know, is that money that's well spent, or we better off getting rid of it?
Okay. I can work with them to start providing
I
that.
just think we kinda need to know, because, you know, that's a big item.
Just talk about the big items, just a little more detail.
Don't wanna put $30,000 into a
Yeah, you know,
40-year-old
and,
tractor.
yeah, and like I said, do we get a warranty? So,
We're doing the work ourselves.
Any other questions, concerns?
I just, a little clarification, and then I just hit the wrong button and shut everything down, but there's several just, let's see. Page 1. Attorney, HLP WNDTD, what is that? About a quarter of the way down Cherry Road.
Cherry Road? Oh, help wanted for attorneys.
Those are advertisements.
So we're advertising for the attorneys, we're advertising for who else? DISP, which is what?
Dispatch.
Dispatch. Okay, that's what I thought it was. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't reading something wrong, so that's all. That was just clarification.
And it's kind of a weird vendor name. So,
Some of it was card services, some of it was charity. I just,
Any others? All right. If not, I'll make a motion to approve grand total payday, $1,614,300.09.
second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0.
All right, next we have the encumbrances for 2024. The only one we have not received yet is the bridge inspection from Cook Flat and Strobel. I'm not sure if we'll be getting that one.
I think typically they bill those later in the year, like they'll do some of the inspections and then they'll either progress bill or bill at the end, so.
So I don't know if we want to keep the encumbrances open or should we?
What we would typically do is any encumbrances outstanding at the end of February, we go ahead and the board votes to cancel. And then that contract would come out of the
2025.
current year budget.
So moved.
Cancel.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I'm thinking about it.
Just hang out there in space sometime.
All right, and then we have the minutes for the special session of February 24th, and then the minutes of the commission meeting for February 24th.
Anybody opposed to approving both minutes at the same time? If not, I move to approve minutes of February 24, the morning session and the afternoon.
Second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
You have blue tabs there.
Notice that this one's empty.
Yeah, there's nothing in it today.
That's kind of a funny little joke.
Well, it had your newspapers in it, but then.
Oh. Blue tabs. Keep them in order. I have to get the binder out pretty soon.
Yep. And that is all I have.
I don't have anything today other than payday.
Brad?
Nothing today.
Anybody else?
Attended the
Oh, yeah.
HMC DDO board meeting,
The acronym meeting?
the acronym meeting.
Yeah.
On Monday afternoon, the majority of the time was spent, actually all the time was spent, dealing with KDADS out of the state agency that kind of governs that. Apparently back in 2014, there was, Medicare came down with regulations that you could not serve both as a case manager and a service provider for the same patient. Kansas has been working on a waiver since 2014. To get around, I mean, it had a waiver to that regulation for 11 years. Now they're finally, well, the Medicare is finally coming down and saying it's time to get this resolved. So, I forgot my stuff, but they had a couple different options. And one of them was that the HMC DDO become a case manager so that they could take over, be an additional provider for case management in Harvey and Marion counties, because we've only got 2. And we're losing one care provider, so it boils down to about 30 or 40 people that are their cases are being evaluated and serviced by the same agency. And so that's the issue, is like 30 or 40 people. So trying to get the state, we have to get approval from the state to do that. We have to come up with a plan, and so bulk of the time was spent discussing that. And I think at the beginning of the meeting, the people from the state were reluctant. But by the end of the meeting, they were like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I guess they did a good job of explaining the process that we're looking at. So that will probably be moving forward over the next few months. And it's basically a no cost because those services will be reimbursed by Medicare. So after there'll be some initial setup costs and hiring some case managers and developing it, but then once that's in place, it'll be a self-funded kind of offshoot of the work that the MCDDO office does there. So
Kevin, he talked for days on that one.
yeah, we talked for an hour and a half.
He's really into it. I mean, as far as somebody that really believes in that, he's good fit.
And then the other question I had, this is all Zoom, right? Or
Go to meeting.
Go to.
We use GoToMeeting,
I thought it was Zoom, but
Similar.
'cause I just wondering, I know Zoom has an AI function that will record and transcribe your meeting, and I didn't know if GoToMeetings had that option with it.
It's been upgraded since we originally got it, so I don't know what tools are available in the new version.
That may be something to look into. I know I've talked with some people that use Zoom a lot, and they get done with the meeting and they push a button and Zoom emails them a complete transcript of who said what, and as well as a summary.
Awesome.
So I don't know if that's available with this system, but it may be something we need to look at, just to
Utilize tech.
utilize technology and
I know this
save
is
you some
cheaper.
pen work.
Do what?
Save you some pen work.
Yeah, you still have to proofread it.
You have to proofread it, but I mean, if that function is out there, and I don't know why GoToMeeting wouldn't have that, because I mean, it's common.
Teams has it too.
Yeah, Microsoft has the same thing for their
Teams.
Microsoft Teams has the same capabilities, so it may just be something to look at that we can get a little bit easier,
Pop it out quicker too.
pop it out quicker, and
Things
so
are the price too. All different prices.
Yeah, if there's a subscription base to it, or if it's just free service.
if it's a part of, yeah. But it would be something to look into. And that's all I got today.
I went to KAC in Topeka. A lot of things. They're getting ready to go to Washington. 18 of them, and they're trying to figure out what's going to be handed back to the states and where we stand and what we want. My opinion there was, well, we've always preached local control, so it comes back from Washington to the state level. As long as it's not unfunded mandates, bring it on. So that's where my position was.
SCED meeting yesterday, had a presentation from K-State. They've started this Kansas 105 program, which it means every county in the state. It's kind of a collaboration process that you can utilize, work with other counties, collaborate with others, and it's got a wealth of information that they download in regard, maybe you've heard of it, in regard of population density. There's just all kinds of different databases that they have there. So you might look. It's called Kansas 105.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. Might be something that down the road we could utilize if we're going for some collaboration, that kind of thing, or just
Free
basic,
data.
basic. Yeah, a lot of free data.
We went to attend the 8th Judicial Board meeting yesterday. So with a little God's intervention, thinking I would visit every adjoining county's commission meeting at one point. Got there about 9 o'clock, they're starting their meetings. Sat on that, met all 3 of their commissioners, their county or commissioner attorney, their administrator, 2 or 3 members of their department heads. Their treasurer, Grau, must know Tina very well from meetings they've had here recently. So, something I questioned was, is their sheriff's department or EMS on KP&F? They said their sheriff's department is, but their EMS staff is not at this point. It's So I thought that was interesting when I asked about that. Something in the hallway of the courthouse, they put that new jail in a few years ago. And it's real intriguing that they cut out one of the sliding gates and took the control panel that ran some of them and made a little monument type deal that sets up against the wall in the hallway there on the ground floor to preserve that history. I mean, for somebody's idea to make something really unique for the past or something, and seeing about 40 layers of paint on this and how it was worn, the patina that they preserved in that was very, just pretty annealing. So getting to the judicial meeting, I was surprised that Jeff is on their board, or we probably could have went together if I knew that. And one of the biggest issues discussed there yesterday was it's still in state legislation pending, but they're projecting a 7% cut for this 8th Judicial District stuff, which would mean losing at least one service they provide, which would probably affect reoffenders, getting them help to a job, that type of thing would be the most practical one to cut, because they don't have anybody but a part-time internship. And if that would be one item that they probably couldn't fund without. And we approved a basically pending budget depending on where this cuts. So we elected to, if I'm not, to write a letter with what our thoughts were behind these cuts to our legislatures. And so we may have to have a very redo that budget or approve a second budget when the next quarterly meeting or something. So there's things there that affects the proficiency. They've got over 75, almost 90% success rating of these people not reoffending. And it could jeopardize that to go, if it gets below 75%, that changes. That's almost a mandatory, you have to have that for some of this funding. So it's kind of interesting how somebody's cuts are going to affect just that alone by at least one staff member. And with rising costs, how do you budget or collect enough money to do all this again? It's just pretty enlightening on my first time to one that there was that much involved with stuff. And I guess that's, last but not least, before I forget, I don't know why they looked me up, but Wildcat Construction applied, did a road project. I guess it'd be to Ag Service between 56 and whatever, the National Concrete and Paving Association. They won a national award for our project on Kansas Road. Steve said that possibly whether it would hang out at the deal, unless we want it here somewhere in the courthouse for people to see. So they're pretty exciting. I think EBH Engineering won an award on this same project. So whoever wants to take it from here. It's pretty heavy. I don't know.
It is.
If it was gold, I'd say let's melt it down. So some of the people involved with that project pretty ecstatic that they won this award.
I haven't seen the award yet, but I knew that they had it. I just didn't, I hadn't seen the physical.
Well, just out of clear blue, that guy called me and said, "Are you commissioner?" I says, "Well, I'm at Harrington. Where are you?" I said, "Well, I'm out the lake." And so he met me out there and handed me that.
Somebody had to go to, Phoenix, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to go to Arizona to get that.
EBH had to, somebody else.
I think Steve said maybe one of the other awards that they posted out there at the building already. So, depending on where you guys want to put it or where you want to display it, I guess we should be proud of that, I guess.
If we could only do all our roads in concrete.
Well, we could. There ain't no such thing as can't.
Oh, and one more thing at the KAC, I forgot to mention that. They did mention that there was over 700 bills and session's only half over. And they have monitored just under 300 to that affect the county in some way. So they're watchdogging and watching these bills. And they have some resource teams that help watchdog because it's pretty extensive. I mean, there's just, if any little piece of a bill touches a county home rule, they flag it and they're watching the process, so.
Best back to Tina.
But it was comforting to hear that. Anything else?
It's good weather, so the roads dry out again further yet.
Before it rains? I'm not gonna complain about the rain, I'll take it. See ya. All right, motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0. We are adjourned.